Let us remember, China dangerously obstructed a Philippine operation near Scarborough Reef. Throughout 2024, China unlawfully blocked the Philippines from accessing and exploiting its exclusive economic zone.
Mga idol at kabayan, breaking news! Amerika hindi nakapagtimpi sa ginawang iligal at marahas na aksyon nito laban sa Pilipinas. Sa harap ng maraming mga bansa sa mundo, sa United Nations, ipinamuka ng Amerika sa China na sila ay banta sa kalapit nitong mga bansa. Dito natin napapatunayan na Amerika lang ang may kakayahan na sabihin sa harap ng daang-daang mga bansa ang ginagawang kabastusan at pang-aapi ng China laban sa Pilipinas. Amerika binira at ipinahiya ang China sa United Nations Security Council. Salamat sa Estados Unidos sa patuloy nitong pagtayo para sa Pilipinas laban sa pang-aapi ng China. Kahapon sa ginawang UN Security Dialogue, ibinunyag ng kinatawan ng Amerika ang kawalang respeto, panggugulo at tensyon na nililika ng China laban sa Pilipinas at Taiwan. Buti na lang mga kabayan at meron tayong tagapagtanggol sa United Nations. Nararapat lang na malaman ng buong mundo kung sino ang nagsisinungaling at nagsasabi ng totoo.
Mr. President, another threat to global maritime security is China. We have seen China's coercion time and again in the South China Sea and its aggressive actions in the Taiwan Strait. The theme of today's debate refers to international cooperation. The world should look at China's actions rather than its empty claims when judging its contributions to international cooperation. Let us remember, China dangerously obstructed a Philippine operation near Scarborough Reef, even as it touted leadership during its Security Council presidency in February. Throughout 2024, China unlawfully blocked the Philippines from accessing and exploiting its exclusive economic zone, undermining high seas freedoms for all countries. The United States stands with the Philippines. Once again, we condemn China's dangerous and unlawful actions in the South China Sea, and we call on China to abide by the 2016 arbitral ruling. Mr. President, to improve maritime security, we must also ensure the world's shipping lanes remain open to navigation and free from threats of violence, crime, and other illicit activities. The Houthis, as mentioned, continue to obtain arms in defiance of the Security Council's resolutions. The United States now sees evidence that the Houthis, in providing support to al-Shabaab, are acquiring dual-use components and imagery from China. The UN Verification and Inspection Mechanism, UNVIM, can be a critical tool in preventing those arms from reaching the Houthis via maritime routes. In fact, earlier this month, UNVIM successfully interdicted 4 shipping containers of illicit materials bound for Houthi-controlled ports. This interdiction clearly demonstrates the effectiveness of this mechanism. We all need to continue supporting its operations. To that point, we urge member states to donate directly to UNVIM, which needs only $11 million per year to operate at full capacity. President, the United States welcomes the recent collaboration between the UN Office on Drugs and Crime and the Malta-based Global Center for Maritime Sanctions Monitoring, also known as the Spinola Center, to provide capacity building, training, vessel tracking, and analysis to member states. We also strongly support the collaborative efforts of the Registry Information Sharing Compact, or RISC. RISC was founded by the flag registries of Panama, Liberia, and the Marshall Islands to combat the practice of flag hopping by vessels and shipping companies that are suspected of engaging in illicit practices, including UN sanctions violations. The RISC currently includes 15 shipping registries, representing more than 20% of the world's flagged vessels and nearly 50% of global gross tonnage. We urge registries that are not currently members of the RISC to join this important initiative, one that is quickly setting the global standard for compliance with international maritime law. Mr. President, once again, the United States thanks Greece for this initiative and looks forward to continued engagement on international efforts to counter maritime security threats. I thank you.
I thank the representative of the United States for her statement, and I would now like to give the floor to the representative of China.
Your Excellency, Prime Minister Mitsotakis, I appreciate Greece's initiative in organizing this meeting and welcome your presence in New York to preside over today's open debate. I thank the Secretary General Guterres and other briefers for their briefings. President, oceans and seas nurture life, connect the world, and promote development. They are the common home of the entire mankind. Taking care of our common home, maintaining maritime security, and strengthening global ocean governance are of great significance to the promotion of world peace, stability, development, and prosperity, and a common responsibility for all countries. We must uphold the concept of a maritime community with a shared future. This blue planet that we share does not consist of isolated islands separated by oceans, but is one connected by oceans as a community with a shared future. The peace and tranquility of the oceans is a matter of concern for the safety and interests of all countries in the world. We must uphold the spirit of achieving shared growth through consultations and collaboration, and jointly safeguard maritime security, promote maritime development, and discuss ocean governance so that the oceans can truly become a bond for us to promote exchanges and win-win cooperation rather than an abyss that separates and disconnects us from each other. We must maintain a just and reasonable maritime order. The United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea has established a basic legal framework for the modern order of the oceans and has played an important role in promoting global ocean governance. Together with other sea-related treaties and customary international law, the Convention provides legal norms for the determination of maritime zones and conduct of maritime activities. All countries need to safeguard the maritime order underpinned by international law. UNCLOS should be interpreted and applied accurately, comprehensively, and in its entirety. Selectivity and double standards must be rejected. We must work together to maintain maritime security and stability. At present, pirate attacks, drugs and arms smuggling, and human trafficking at sea and other criminal activities are rampant, jeopardizing maritime security and exacerbating regional instability. The international community must work together to prevent and combat these problems in accordance with international law. We should pay attention to the relevant Security Council resolutions. We should pay attention to the legitimate and reasonable maritime security concerns of all countries, insist on resolving disputes and conflicts through dialogue and consultation, continuously improve the crisis communication mechanism, and strengthen maritime.
Laban, Pinas.